Imagine that you're the world's largest car maker and you've realized that your fiercest rivals have already literally lapped you. So that's what Toyota's reality is, I think. The numbers will shock you, and I think this is the reality for a few other brands actually, so just GM and Ford, especially Ford. So Toyota, the company that redefined hybrid technology with the Prius, admitting publicly it can't catch China's EV leaders on its own timeline. Instead of going head-to-head, they're now teaming up with BYD GAC from China, two of China's largest, most powerful electric vehicle brands, and that could change the balance a little bit for the future of what is happening with Toyota. So what could possibly be in this for BYD, for example? Why would they even waste their time? I don't think they are just wanting to make a tiny little tidy profit on a few batteries, selling them to Toyota. Hello folks, my name is Ben Alexxander. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. These are all the current supporters of the channel on Patreon and YouTube. These are the YouTube members. So let's break down exactly what is going on, why Toyota is doing this, and what this means for the future of electric cars. So I just posted as well this morning, before I carry on, a new members only video for the patrons on Patreon and the YouTube members. So thank you very much for supporting me to these people. I really appreciate that. So the numbers don't lie. They definitely don't lie at all. Toyota's EV sales last year, 2024, were around 104,000 pure electric vehicles globally. That is less than 1% of their global sales. BYD's 2024 output was over 3 million EVs and plug-in hybrids last year, more than 29 times Toyota's pure EV volume. GAC's Aion brand ranked number 4 in China's EV market, delivering about 484,000 EVs in 2024 for the whole year, with some months actually topping 67,000 vehicles in a single month. Chinese automakers, they have a massive cost advantage here. BYD's blade battery costs them under $55 per kilowatt hour to produce it, while legacy automakers in Europe and Japan often pay over double that actually for very similar capacity. BYD's vertical integration, they make their own batteries, semiconductors, and even shipping vessels. That means that they can launch and scale models from 12 months onwards, so maybe 18 months to get a car into action. Toyota's traditional cycle for a product is about 6 or 7 years, something like that. So if you're Toyota and you see a competitor delivering 29, 30, 31 or so times your EV volume with battery tech that you can't match on neither cost nor scale, you either have to double your R&D budget for the next decade, or you basically start collaborating pretty soon. Toyota's chosen the latter, which I think was a smart move. I think they were forced to team up with them. I don't think they really wanted to. How this could ever result in them winning in any way is beyond me. So why would they partner with competition? The BZ3 sedan in China is built on a Toyota-BYD joint platform through BYD Toyota EV technology, otherwise abbreviated as BTET, that uses the latest blade battery and BYD-built electric motor. Launched in April 2 years ago, so 2023, it received over 5,000 orders on day one in China. The BZ3 actually offers, and this is converted from CLTC, so it's about 490 or so kilometers real-world WLTP range, built entirely for China's price-sensitive mass market. Toyota's JV with GAC has produced the BZ3X electric SUV, reportedly using GAC's Aion platform architecture and manufacturing capabilities. In June 2025, GAC Toyota announced partnerships with Huawei, Xiaomi, and I think the third one was Momenta. So that was for smart driving systems, connected services, and EV-specific hardware, that sort of stuff. The tech, the gubbins, basically. GAC is currently building its own 800-volt fast-charging network in China, and Toyota should be able to tap into that, although that's not confirmed, but it's very, very likely. Toyota is effectively outsourcing the core EV tech, the batteries, the platforms, and even smart driving systems to Chinese partners who already have it all figured out, basically. That's the fastest way to get at least a little bit competitive and a better understanding in the EV market today. But it also means that much of the Toyota DNA is being built outside of Japan. I mean, for example, if you were going to go buy a Honda with a petrol engine and you were told that the engine was made in China, how would you feel about that? After all of this time, not really trying so hard, why now? Why are they trying so hard now with EVs? China's EV exports in 2024 were over 5 million vehicles. BYD shipped more than 400,000 units overseas last year. They're hoping to double that this year, which I suspect they will. Price pressure as well, there's a lot of that. The BYD Dolphin starts at around $14,000 US. The Toyota BZ4X starts at around $28,000 US, and that's converted. That's in China, basically. And yeah, that sells very poorly in China. Also Australia, actually. They only sold a few hundred last year. Japan's battery supply chain, obviously it's lagging quite a bit. Panasonic's current LFP production is tiny compared to CATL or BYD in China, and it really is minuscule. Toyota has committed to selling 1.5 million EVs annually by 2026, which is actually about 15 times more than what they sold last year for the whole year globally. Without partnerships, that is not possible at all. This is about survival, I think, in the short term. Toyota can't spend the next decade reinventing tech. That BYD already is selling for half the price. They need EVs now to sell to their middle class clientele, for example, in China, and that kind of gets their foot through the door. I think this is a bit of a bridge just for the next 5 or 10 years until they sort something out. So let's look at some of the risks and rewards for Toyota. So let's start with the rewards. They've got immediate access to cost competitive EV platforms. That is a very big deal, isn't it? Ability to hit sales targets without massive upfront battery plant investments. Also another big deal because, it's a very expensive thing to do. BYD just paid $1 billion to start the place in Hungary, for example, and the other one in Turkey. Stronger foothold as well in the world's largest EV market, China. Obviously, they sell more vehicles there than the rest of the world combined. The risks, you'd have to say, brand perception. Made in China, Toyota EVs might not really sit as well with some customers in the UK or Europe or Japan or Australia or anywhere really. So definitely a bit of a thing to think about. Loss of control over their core tech. Relying on Chinese platforms could actually slow Toyota's own EV R&D. Another thing to think about. Also, there is potential geopolitical risk. If trade tensions rise, Toyota could get caught between governments. Toyota's partnerships with BYD and GAC aren't a sign that they're giving up on building their own EV tech at all, but they are a clear admission that China has taken the lead in batteries and cost structure and production speed. We already knew this. They didn't need to say anything. In this race, even the world's biggest automakers can't afford to run alone. Do you think Toyota's making a smart move here, a strategic move, teaming up with GAC and BYD? Or is it the start of Toyota losing control of its EV future? And if your next Toyota had a BYD battery and motor inside it, would you care? Please consider letting me know in the comments. You're very welcome to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for joining me.